What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to Just the Betslips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your bet slips. It's just the two of us here, just the PD King and the Parlay guy. It is Derby Day. Derby Day, the ponies. I didn't put a Derby bet up.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh. Doing that now as we speak. What is your favorite part of Derby Day?
I don't know. I think a lot of, honestly, outside the betting part of it, it's just the stories that you can watch leading up to it. You wouldn't think that with horse racing there'd be a lot of stories, but there is a ton of like underdog Cinderella type stories that happen just to get these horses here. So watching like an hour before, just watching all of them cover all these stories leading up to it makes it that much more exciting when one of those horses come through.
Fair enough. I am going to put my money on Sandman.
All right, that's fair. My wife likes that
Sandman,
one too because she's a Hokies fan and that's their entrance.
Sandman. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Sandman at 5-1. There's my Derby prediction. Not going on the felt. Or if it hits, it was on the felt.
I'm going with number 3.
Going number 3. Who is that? Who is Numero Trace? Look here. I gotta pull it up. I just saw Sandman.
It's raining there at the Derby. So it's gonna be sloppy track.
You got the horse right here. The name is Paul Revere. The guy that says the weather's clear.
So you want closers when it's raining. And you want and gray horses are known as mudders for a reason. And this one's a gray closer, so I'm just, and he's a little bit longer odds.
I'm trying to find like the actual Derby. I'm trying to get it. Like, what the heck? I will say Can Fuel's racing interface is not the best.
Yeah, I used Quinn Spires.
Heard that? Like I can watch on here, so that's like kind of cool because I can watch and stuff. But like
DraftKings has their own thing up now, which doesn't look bad, but I haven't tried it out yet, and I didn't want to start today.
Well, and like I said, Can Fuel Racing, like it's not awful. It's just one of those. I'm like, can I see what I'm looking at here? Okay, there. Okay, I found it. I finally actually found the Kentucky Derby. So you like Final Gambit?
Yeah.
What's he going off as?
Last I checked, he was like 15-1, but I don't know.
That's what I'm seeing. I think.
Yeah.
Because Rodriguez got scratched.
My guess is he's going to end up being bet down to 10-1, but yeah, you're still going to get decent odds on him. I also like Synergy, who was like 18, I think.
Yeah, he's currently 15-1.
Yeah,
a little over 15-1. So if you take that, Sandman is currently at 5-1.
I like the 18, which I think is Synergy.
Synergy.
Yeah,
or
Sovereignty. Synergy. Yeah, Sovereignty. I like him too. I like 21.
This is Can Fuels, right? No free ads, but
it's not terrible.
It's not bad. Yeah. Now that I realize what I'm looking at and how it works, I like it. Journalism is the current favorite.
Yeah, journalism is the favorite. And honestly, if it wasn't sloppy and everything was like fast, journalism is going to be tough to beat. But I think today is going to be a day where we're going to get a little bit longer shot.
Allow while using the site only. Let's make me log in. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that. But
yeah, it's fine.
That's not what I don't want to share that either. Wrong one. There we go. Whoopsies. It's just X. It's fine. Nobody saw anything bad. Anyway, let's get into the thing to make sure we don't get sued. And that's first, we are not professional gamblers. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Number 2, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford and only bet what you can afford to lose. And last, but certainly not least, if you don't follow the first 2 things or you think we're crazy, and you just bet an insane amount of money. Gambling can be addictive, so please seek help if you need it. Dial 1-800-GAMBLER to make sure that you get the help you need. Not only just sports betting like we do a majority here, but on the ponies and also casino betting. You can use 1-800-GAMBLER to get the help that you need if gambling has become a problem for you. So 1, we're not professional gamblers. 2, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. And 3, if gambling has become a problem, please utilize 1-800-GAMBLER. We are not affiliated with or sponsored by any specific sport book at this time. However, that we are not opposed to being sponsored by a specific sports book. So if you're feeling froggy and you know somebody, let us know. Also, for everybody on the YouTube space, a little easier for you to do this. We are using StreamYard for our streaming things. So make sure you check out our link to get a 10% discount if you want to check out StreamYard for your own streaming possibilities. I'm going to leave this up here for anybody that's on X that can't do it, so you can copy that little code there. Also, we are presented and sponsored by, as you can see, scrolling along the bottom, we are now officially, as of this morning, officially part of Fan First Sports Network. This podcast and these lives are officially affiliated with and brought to you by the Fan First Sports Network, where the diehard fans get the diehard sports needs from the diehard sports themselves. I think that's the correct moniker for Fan First.
We'll get it right.
Eventually, I'll write it down and I'll just have it, and I'll be like, where the diehard fan gets the sports knowledge they need from the diehard fans themselves. Yes. Okay. It's going to be one of those situations. But yes, this the podcast that dropped this morning at 6 a.m. Is officially part of Fan First Sports Network. So we appreciate all the downloads, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, also like, subscribe, anything you see. We love all those on the videos. The podcast is live on YouTube as well, so you can check it out there. Shall we get to the fun, the fancy, and the things that people actually want to hear about us and not
Let's go.
that they don't want to hear about us? Perfect. That's what we like to see. All right, let's get into it. And we're going to start off with our first segment. It's the cutest segment in all of sports gambling is the underdog slip. We got all the doggos. My former pooch up here in the top left, and Kel Doggy Dog down on the bottom. I know he's not here right now. I know all the ladies, especially all the biddies out there, are really, really sad that he's not with us today. But Kel Doggy Dog, he's here in spirit with the underdog slip. And we have one bet today on the underdog slip, and it's the Padres money line. I don't understand, first off. I truly do not understand how that they are the underdog in this game. They're facing a Pirates team that it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Need we say more? I don't understand how they're an underdog. And I might as well just throw it up there. It's plus 102. So they're plus money today versus the Pirates. And the Pirates are not good. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to pull up Baseball Savant. Now, as much as I love Bailey Falter, who's the starting pitcher for the Pirates, there's a reason why the Phillies let him go for a journeyman random infielder. Okay. Now, he's going up against Randy Vasquez, who's also not good. However, I'll take Randy's numbers this year and the Padres as a whole over. I'll take Bailey Falter and the Pirates as a whole is what I'm coming down to. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm with you on this. Are the Padres the road team?
Yes, that's probably the only reason.
So they're literally just giving them the home field advantage bump is all that is. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will. Go ahead.
But if the Pirates, the Pirates aren't. I think they're equally as bad at home as they are on the road. Like I don't think there's a huge discrepancy between their road and the home records.
I don't think there is. I'm pulling that up now that you mention it. Pirates are they're slightly better at home. They're
I mean, everybody's going to be a little bit better, you would think, but like I don't think it's not like where they're like 8-1 and then 2-8.
Yeah.
It's a small discrepancy.
Yeah, it's not the Cardinals who are 10-6 at home and 4-13 on the road.
Right.
The Colorado.
What's the run line in that game?
I'm looking. Give me a second. I got you. The run line. I mean, the run line's always 1.5, but it's actually to the favor of the Padres. You gotta lay 192 to get the 1.5 of the Padres. But you're getting plus 158 for the Pirates at minus 1.5.
Yeah. Huh.
So
And
I mean, like the numbers make sense.
What's the over under?
9.
That might not be enough.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That might be a decent one too. But the Padres money line and the over.
Yeah.
With these cats. I will say Randy Vasquez. I'll pull up his baseball savant. It's actually quite interesting. His pitching value is average. He's terrible with the fastball, but really good with the breaking ball. So that's something to think about. Now, granted, his ERA is trash. He's getting hard hit like crazy. But he's leaving everything up, and that's his problem. Everything's got a little rise, a little, but his breaking ball, his curve ball, 7.7 inches of drop and 4.7 inches of break. That's insane.
That's wild.
He's got a decent cutter that actually rises out of his hand. So that's kind of nuts.
So what I'm hearing is like 5 strikeouts, but 5 runs.
Yeah, like that's pretty much it. Now his sweeper actually averages. So rise is based on a plane of average and where it comes out of your hand and where it rides. I think that's how they do this. Yeah, that's correct. So, his four-seamer actually has rise on it. It stays on plane. Sinker, I don't understand how that's rise on a sinker, but I guess it's because his arm slot's 35 degrees. I don't know if you can see this out here, but 35-degree arm slot. That's the reason why. But his change is actually, his change is good. He's just got too much. He's got too much vertical plane because of that 35-degree arm slot.
Yeah.
If he gets it up a little bit higher, he would actually have better plane on his stuff. But don't hate the man. He's been doing it for however long. And he had a really good 2023 season. I know he only had 11 games, only 5 starts, but a 2.87, decent whip. It's just been bad ever since. So I'm not going to say I do like the over in this game. We don't have it bet, but I do like the over in this game. So that's something to think about as well. But yes, Padres money line plus 102. I think that's just so. What's up, Chris? What's shaking, man? Chris, let me know what bets you like today, man. Pop them in the chat. Appreciate you. But yeah, that's it. Padres money line is the underdog slip today. If you want to throw a little over on that as well, definitely love that. Let me give you what I have as a line. Getting that plus 204. If you want to take the Padres money line and the over, so something to think about there as well. All right, next, certainly not least, it's the most talked about parlay in all of sports betting. It's the 750 Club. We're going to the club. We are trying to welcome everybody to the club. We missed yesterday's by the Aaron Judge dinger. Oh wait, Pena did not get credit for the one.
Pena didn't get. I think he got a hit, but he didn't get two bases.
He got one hit, and then he also reached on an error.
Yeah.
So if he didn't, I think that was, or maybe that was Thursday. He reached on an error. I was seeing it somewhere, but yeah, he only got one hit. However, Schwarber got the 2 total bases, as you'll see because of my records. I had him bet yesterday on the live with him getting 2+ total bases and for him to get a homer just for shiggles, and he hit both.
That's the way. That's the way to do it.
It was great. Well, no, he had a double in the first inning, and then he went bridge later in the game. Massive. The Schwarber's on a heater right now. Somebody bet that man for a dinger today. Might be doing it. Anyway, 750 Club is as follows. We have Gosman over 4.5 Ks, Aaron Nola over 5.5 Ks, a Mariners money line today, and Jamal Murray 20+ points. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Robert, why the Jamal Murray pick?
All right. Well, he's hit this in 5 of the 6 games that in this series. He's averaging 24 points per game, and he doesn't have a choice tonight to show up. This is do or die tonight, and if he doesn't show up, they're going home. You can't put it all on one player. He needs to be the Robin to the Batman, and if he does, I think they're going to come home with the win tonight. But he's been doing this the whole series as is, even in the games they've lost. There was only one game he didn't hit this total, and it was a game where they sat most of the game because they were getting blown out.
Also a fair point. Don't hate that whatsoever. Yeah, Jamal Murray he's the catalyst that makes them go. Is this game 6 or game 7?
7.
It's game 7. So
Yeah.
winner takes all here. So I expect that to be a good game for sure. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the Mariners money line. And it's mainly because Patrick Corbin has not been Patrick Corbin this year, and he is on the bump for the Rangers. I'm going to pull up his stats for this year. Patrick Corbin. Sorry, a little inside baseball here. There it is, Patrick Corbin. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been the same guy since he left, honestly, since he left Washington, or since he got his first deal, but he's with Texas now. He's 2-1 with a 3.79 ERA. So it's not atrocious, but his whip's up. So he's getting a little lucky. And he's going up against a Seattle Mariners team. Yes, I know they're on the road, but Luis Castillo is a far better pitcher than he's letting on. And if you look at his baseball savant, this is Patrick Corbin, by the way. He's getting really lucky with his chase rate is the only reason why he's having good. So if you like Patrick Corbin to throw a bunch of Ks today, I'm okay with that because his chase rate's there, but his whiff rate isn't great outside of his chase rate. So those are two different numbers. And if you like a lefty pitcher, but I think a majority of the Seattle lineup is going to be better versus that lefty style. Let me actually pull up the matchup here. Baseball savant. You have so much that you can offer me. But yeah, I mean, they're going up against, the Mitch Garver, Rosarena. I mean, he has not had a lot of luck versus this squad, as you could see. I mean, they're averaging 259 against them in 56 plate appearances. So a lot of this squad is not going to be favorable to him. And Luis Castillo is just a far better pitcher. Now, granted, we didn't take strikeouts into account in this game. We just like the Mariners to win because I trust this guy to hold Texas down, and Texas hasn't been hitting the ball great this year. And I don't trust this guy to keep the ball in the yard in a hitter-friendly park known as Texas. So if this game's happening in Seattle, I think it's actually closer. But I think Luis Castillo has a lot better chance to keep the ball in the yard than Patrick Corbin does. So that's the reason why we are taking the Mariners money line. Aaron Nola over 5.5 Ks. It's simple. It's Aaron Nola. He knows how to get the guys out. It's also going to be 80 degrees in Philly today. Now, some potential thunderstorms, which scared me a little bit on this bet because they could start, stop, and then he could get pulled. But if he's in there, when it's warm, that's when this guy starts going. He's striking out the Arizona Diamondbacks roster in his career over 117 plate appearances at a 24% clip. And I expect with a 24% clip that he will get to 6 innings. If he gets to 6 innings, he'll be over 5.5 Ks, and he'll get the job done. Last, but certainly not least, we're taking the Kevin Gausman strikeouts. The reason why we're taking the Kevin Gausman strikeouts, over 77 plate appearances against this Cleveland Guardians roster, he has 26% K percentage, and that's why we like it. He also gets roughed up by this lineup, but it's not really the best because his expected batting average and the actual batting average against is a little bit separated. His actual batting average against is 282, but his expected was 239. So he's been pitching better against this team than he thinks. Plus, he's just had a good year as far as pitching is concerned, as compared to what he has done in the past. So yeah, I mean, his ERA is inflated, but strikeouts are close. It definitely more mirroring last year compared to his 2023 breakout season before he got paid. So, he was a 4th overall pick for a reason, right? But I have a feeling that the strikeouts will come. His whip's down. He's featuring that 3-pitch mix of 4-seam split and slider. So I expect him to get a little bit better today and get a little right versus this Toronto Blue Jays lineup, this Cleveland Guardians lineup, who outside of J-Ram really doesn't do a lot. However, in the reverse side of this, I didn't show them the odds. Whoops. Plus 777 is another reason why you got to like this bet. That's what I had it on Can Fuel earlier today, plus 777. Just good vibes, right? But the other reason why I like this bet is purely because of I'm not taking a winner in that outside of the Mariners.
Right.
So, it's all points and props based, so I'm not worried about too many bullpens. But I like Seattle's bullpen over I like Texas's bullpen anyway. So another reason why I like that bet. But yeah, 777. Hopefully they get it done. You're going to see here in a minute that I don't like the Blue Jays to win that game, but that's also beside the point. Sorry, wrong button. Hopefully it hits. That's what we're looking for. That's the dream scenario there, that it hits, and we will get the 750 club off to a good start because it was not good yesterday. We missed it yesterday, but we missed the underdog, missed 750. However, a bunch of us did decent yesterday in the general, which you'll see in the records. But we're going to get at it regardless today. So let's have some fun. Give me 1 second here. I had to do something there. So, all right, it's green. It's soft. It's plushy. It is the tabletop. And we're going to start. Tommy Stats did not send in a video, but he does have his parlay of Brown 6+ Ks and Dobbin 4+ Ks, getting it a plus 103 there. He's doing a little 2-man K parlay there to get you a little bit more than even money. Loves that. Bregman's been on a tear, hit a homer yesterday that I still don't think is landed yet. So he likes Bregman to get at least 2 hits or a double. Or greater in one of them for plus 180. And then he likes the A's money line. I don't hate that either. We were discussing that for the underdog slip as well because they're going up against a Marlins team. That line's actually shifted. I got it plus 110 right now. So if you like the A's money line there, in Beto versus Meyer, not Mike Myers, but Meyer. Mayer,
I believe.
What's that cat's name? Mayer. Cat's name. What's his name? What is a name? But yet a name. Yeah, Max Mayer versus Osvaldo Beto. Every time I hear Beto, I just think of the Minions when he's coming in and goes, Beto. Yep. So that's where I'm at there. But Tommy Stats likes the A's to come and go back-to-back W's versus the Marlins, which you know what? I'm not hating on that. I actually almost took, in the Sports GPS, I almost took the A's. I almost took the A's as my eliminator pick this weekend, but I did not. I can't remember who I took. No, you got to think about it. Before I do that, myself, I have Nick Lodolo, 5+ Ks, and a Reds money line. It's Nick Lodolo, and they're going up against the Nationals. Need I say more? As you already saw, I like the NOLA. I like the Phillies win tonight. Ober, 5+ Ks, and a Twins money line. They are going up against the... Where are you at? Where you at? Scroll the opposite way. No. There it is. They're going up against the Boston Red Sox, and as much as I enjoy the Boston Red Sox, hopefully y'all heard that sarcasm there, I think the Twins will get the win tonight. I like Bailey Ober on the hill. Even though he doesn't have a great track record versus this Red Sox team, he's also pitching better this year than he has in the past. It's going to be Bailey Ober, 5+ Ks in the Twins money line. I already talked about Castillo and the Mariners money line, but in the opposite end of that Kevin Gausman deal, I like Williams 6+ Ks and a Guardians money line. I'll tell you why here. The man's been striking out now. He has 11 plate appearances against the Toronto Blue Jays lineup. He has a 27.3% clip against them, and he also has an expected batting average of 114 against them. So the man knows how to get guys out. He's also pitching very, very well this year. Now he has gotten hit around, but he hasn't given up a long ball. So, it's just where are you sitting here? But I feel like Dalton Varsho is going to get the start in center after that amazing play the other day. He has struck him out. He has 3 Ks versus struck out Vladdy, so that's a good thing. He struck out Dalton Varsho, and he's also struck out George Springer in his career. So, would I love to see how he does versus the other players in this lineup? Absolutely. But I'm not really trusting the Blue Jays, even though they came back and won some games that they shouldn't have won this past week versus a division foe. But give me Williams to get the job done, 6+ Ks, feel like he might even get to like double digits today. I should have taken Hunter Green and trusted my gut yesterday for 10 strikeouts yesterday, but I didn't. But yeah, Williams 6+ Ks plus a Guardians money line. Those are my 5 PDs of the day. I'm going big. You'll see why, because the records, my units are up, so I feel like firing today. Rob, what do you got?
All right, we're going to do a strikeout parlay today. I've got Schwellenbach 4+ strikeouts. He's hit this in 4 out of his 5 outings. He's averaging 6 strikeouts a game. And some might say they're playing the Dodgers, but the Dodgers strike out as much as they hit home runs. So he's coming off of a 10 strikeout game, and literally the only game that he did not reach 4, he got 3, and he only went 3 innings, and he had 3 strikeouts. So he was on pace in that game as well, had he not got pulled. Chris Bubik, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, 5+ strikeouts. He's also hit this out of 4 out of his last 5, and he's also averaging 6 strikeouts per game. He had one game that was at 4 strikeouts, I believe, so he just missed that by 1, and that was a game that he got pulled in like the 4th inning. So if all these guys make it to the 5th inning, I feel like these are going to be crushed. Aaron Nola, we've talked about him already a lot. 5+ strikeouts. He's hit this in 4 out of 5 games. He's also averaging 6 strikeouts. And, if he does get to that 6th inning, 7th inning, like CJ believes, I feel like it's going to be easily more than 5. I was just being conservative here with the 5. And then lastly, Brandon Vaught, 4+ strikeouts. He's hit this in 4 out of 5. He's averaging 5 strikeouts. I think that's going to be a good pitching matchup to watch today. In that game, I do think it's going to be. I personally think it's going to be like a 4-3, a lower scoring game. I think both these pitchers are going to show off a little bit, and I like both of them to get their strikeout totals. I got this at plus 276, so just under 3-1. Got to recover off of the fact that a guy on a 22-game hitting streak decided to end his hit streak and end my parlay yesterday. Everybody else I bet hit except for him. So yeah,
Bobby Witt. Freaking Bobby Witt.
He'll probably go on another 22-game hitting streak now that I'm not betting him.
Yeah, I'll start it up. We'll start it up again. But yeah, that's I mean, that's just how it goes, right? But yeah, Schwellenbach, Chris Bubik, who screwed up the only Ks earlier, or your parlay earlier. I went a little too high on him that day, though. That was my fault. Yeah,
he got the 5 strikeouts that day. I went 6.
Yeah, it hurt both of us, buddy, because I really felt good about
that. So I've learned from my mistakes. That's why we're going 5.
Yes. Good job. Proud of you lots. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for the tabletop. As much as that it pains me to do, man, records this month don't look bad. Best of the best.
So I just want this to be known. Don't get used to seeing me over here. as the reigning over units.
Yep.
Enjoy this while you see it over here in the red.
Are we doing? I couldn't remember the name that we decided. Did we decide King of the Units? Is that what we decided? Is that what it was?
I don't know if that's what it was decided, but I do like it.
I think King of the Units.
Speaking of which, I don't know if y'all saw that. I think it was it Riley Green? Did you see this? First time in Major League Baseball history, he hit 2 home runs in the 9th inning.
Yeah, in the 9th inning. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's the first time it's ever happened.
First time it is ever. You're correct on that.
That might have belonged on our podcast of records that won't be beat.
Yeah. Which if you haven't seen it, go onto Apple, onto Spotify, or if you're watching this on YouTube, go onto YouTube onto our site and go ahead and watch that. We did our podcast last night with that. So go ahead and check that out. I highly recommend leaving comment and subscribe because we are asking you guys the Mount Rushmore of unbreakable records. We want one from hockey, one from baseball, one from basketball, one from football. The 4 major North American sports we're talking about here. Sorry, soccer, we don't have your unbreakable records up, but we want what you believe is the most unbreakable record, and we're going to make the Mount Rushmore of unbreakable records, one from each of those sports, and we give you a bunch that we think are there. But yeah, that's it. I switched the name, so it's now King of the Units and Captain Under Units. So yeah, the best of the best will be King of the Units. Worst of the worst can be Captain Under Units. Hopefully, we'll have it good for you.
I mean, I missed the show yesterday, but I have an off the wall one.
Okay.
That I don't see a chance of it ever getting beat. the most receiving yards of anybody over 40 years old. Jerry Rice has almost 3,000 receiving yards after 40. Then the second closest person to him is Tom Brady with 6 receiving yards. There's nobody else who's got a receiving yard over 40.
There was another one. Kel put like an obscure one up about hockey. How like some guy has 19 scars or something like that, like stitchable scars on him somewhere. Because that's
suitable for hockey. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think it'll be broken because all the safety gear they have now. So I don't think that'll ever be broken.
Unless Happy Gilmore gets into hockey after all.
Maybe,
because he said to take his cut. He's the only one to take his skate off and cut somebody with it.
Yep. So, well, I mean, we've seen that horrifying act, but not the taking off the skate. Just
right. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Thankfully, the University of Buffalo Hospital is not far from that arena there in Buffalo for the Sabres. But yeah, no, that's the show today. Any last calls for today? Any last calls?
No, just enjoy the Derby tonight. There's a lot going on. You got basketball playoff game 7. You've got the Derby. You've got baseball. There's a lot to watch tonight. So just enjoy all the sports we've got going on tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull back up the Derby to see what odds we got here. See what we got here again. Final Gambit still holding tight at 15. Anybody want to take the long shot? Admire Daytona. Too early to start talking football futures. Yeah, I mean a little bit. It might happen. I mean it's post draft, so yeah, it's definitely possible.
I mean, give us a couple. Give us like to the end of the month, and then it'll start picking up.
We getting into OTAs and stuff like that. Then we're
as soon as that happens, I'm sure that'll be the first podcast. As soon as the OTAs start, that'll be the podcast that we go on.
East Avenue is a long shot at 38-1. Owen Almighty. 38-1. So, but you're on who again? You're on Final Gambit.
Final Gambit, Sovereignty, and then what is the 21 horse again?
21 horse is Biazza.
Yeah, Biazza. So
Biazza or whatever.
All 3 of those are closers, which you really want in a sloppy track. So that's why I'm really feeling one of those 3.
You said Sovereignty too. You like?
Sovereignty. Yeah. The favorite is tough, and if he can get a clean trip in this slot, then he could win. But if not, then I'm gonna put money on one of them closers.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm in on Enter Sandman here.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just got to confirm my location. What the heck? I don't want to log in. I just want dirt on Sandman. But that's it. That is the show today. We thank you all for coming in as always. And this has been Just the Betslips Live, where we promise to bring you one thing and one thing only. And that is the hot tips to help your bet slips. All right, everybody. Have a great one. We will check you later. Responsibly go and chase that bag. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Happy Derby Day.